So it's CES 2022 and Samsung announced the S21 FE there. So I got my hands on it for just a short while. So I'm just gonna go through some of the things that you need to know because we don't have the unit with us, so we can't do any extensive testing and whatnot. But we'll just give you a brief rundown on what's to expect. So the S21 FE comes in a total of 4 different colors this time around, which has been cut down from the S20 FE. So now we only have the usual black and white, and then now we also have the olive color, which is kind of inspired from the Galaxy Buds 2, I guess. And then there's also one more lavender color, which is found back in the S20 or S21 series. I can't remember, but my favorite is still the lavender color. And then, as a quick rundown on specs, this phone comes with a 6.4-inch 120Hz display, and the screen size is pretty much in between the S21 and S21 Plus. And then it can also go up to 240Hz sampling rate for the touch in game mode, and then it is also protected by the Corning Gorilla Glass Victus. And then, in terms of cameras, it comes with a total of 3 different cameras. So we have 12 megapixel main camera with dual pixel AF with OIS, and then 12 megapixels for the ultra wide angle camera, and then 8 megapixels with 30 times zoom for the telephoto camera with OIS as well. And in terms of cameras, I think it's pretty standard, and then it also comes with a 4500 mAh battery. As for the chipset, this is where things get typically Samsung in terms of how they manage it. So for the Malaysian version, it still comes with the Exynos 2100. I'm not sure what chipset you're gonna get if you're buying it from other regions. Presumably they're gonna give you the, what's that again, the Snapdragon AAA chipset. Oh my god. Anyway, I absolutely do prefer the Exynos 2100 because this chipset is much more efficient compared to the Snapdragon 888. Yes, I've used both and I still prefer the Exynos. And then for the price of the S21 FE, it goes for $699 US, which I don't have the number on top of my head in terms of Malaysian ringgit right now, but I'll leave it on the screen if I get the information before this video gets uploaded. So, what other things that you need to know that Samsung doesn't really tell you out of the bat is that this phone doesn't come with a charger. So if you're buying the S21 FE, just like the S21 series, you have to buy your own charger. So for what I know, it also supports up to 25 watts of wired charging and 15 watts of wireless charging. And I suppose you can just get any USB PD chargers for it to charge wired mode up to 25 watts, and then use some Qi charging for 15 watts wireless charging. It is also IP68 rated, so that's nice. It's still made out of the polycarbonate body, plastic body, or plastic, whatever you want to call it. It's much more durable than glass or ceramic for that matter, but it's definitely gonna feel not as hefty, and for that I can attest because when I picked up the S21 FE for the first time, it feels like really light. It feels like a toy. So yeah, that's just something in terms of my first impression, and I also really like the accessories that come with it. So this time around, they also sell this case with a total of 4 different color options, like what I mentioned earlier, black and white, olive and lavender, and then one more color is the coral color, which is kind of orange or carrot kind of color. And then if you slap it on the phone, then whatever color your phone originally used to be will be 100% covered by what the case color is. But I do have some issues regarding this S21 FE's launch. So the first thing is, of course, the timing, because this phone's launch is very close to the S22's alleged launch date. So the S21 FE is kind of last gen at this moment, and if we compare it with the S20 FE's launch time, it was back in August or September or November, somewhere around there. But the S21 FE though, in like less than a month or 2, we're gonna get the S22. So it's gonna get outdated real fast in terms of hardware. But in terms of the price, I think $699 is justifiable. But of course, the S21 FE doesn't have micro SD card. It also doesn't have 3.5mm combo audio jack. So yeah, it's literally more like a refresh of the S21 or S21 Plus. So finally, after using the Samsung phones for the year 2021 for so long, what I think about the S21 FE, yeah, it's still a really refreshed version of the S21 plus the S21 Plus. It's kind of in between those two phones actually. And coming with a plastic body, I don't really mind. The terms of colors though, yeah, I don't really know why they cut down on so many colors, because one of the selling point of the S20 FE was the colors, and secondly was also the price point. And thirdly, I don't know if they're gonna release the S21 FE Exynos version and then Snapdragon version later down the road, like what they did with the S20 FE. So there's still quite a lot of uncertainty, and I didn't have much time to ask Samsung people at that place. So yeah, we'll leave all of the extensive testing and whatnot to the review, which I hope we'll get the unit soon to do all the testing and whatnot. So yeah, we'll see you guys in that video when it comes out.